Welcome to the Ham Shack. Just a quick video on one of the projects I've been working on. This is a transfer standard in that I can take a 10 megahertz reference from my GPS disciplined oscillator, adjust my ovenized oscillator to match it, and then it runs on a 12 volt battery. I can take it out to the car, connect it to the car to keep it running, drive to someone's house, and then use this to calibrate equipment at their home. This is the power cable for it. The bottom is the 12 volt SLA, just a little one. It doesn't have to run it for all that long. The top box is the ovenized oscillator with, on the side here, a little 25:1 trim pot. I'm not sure of the value. It's basically just a voltage divider, so the value isn't overly important. The way you adjust it is I have it connected with the bugs flying around because it's night time here and they're being attracted to the light in the shack. So if something stops working, there's a bug in the system. I'm using Lissajous figures. Because it's two 10 megahertz signals, I get a circle, but the circle is rotating because of the difference in the signals. So what I do is I put my screwdriver on the 25 turn trim pot, and then I'll just turn it and speed it up. As you can see, it's turning quite fast, and then all you really do is adjust the trim pot until the circle stops rotating about its axis. If it did one rotation a second, that would mean that it's 1 hertz out. So I can get it down pretty close, just using the Lissajous figure as a visual reference. It's quite amazing how accurate you can get. Just turn my frequency counter on. It's a Philips PM6674. It's when Philips and Fluke did their gear together in the 80s. Now it doesn't have to warm up because it's running off an external reference, so there's no crystal to warm up. I'll disconnect this. We'll run it on a 96-second gate. So the Lissajous figure has stopped. Obviously we'll turn that off so I don't get burned in on the phosphor. So this is useful for calibrating radios, calibrating test equipment. The GPS disciplined oscillator was built by a friend of mine, Albert. I had intended of building my own, but he's came up for sale as he's relocating his shack into smaller premises. So I decided that I would purchase it off him. It's a well-built unit. It has 4 10 megahertz outputs on the back, with a microcontroller connected to a Trimble Thunderbolt. So, okay, the counter's now had time to do 96-second gate. There you go. The ovenized oscillator, spot on 10 megahertz. Not as accurate as the GPS DO, but certainly accurate enough to adjust or tune up a radio or a bit of test equipment. Hope you enjoyed this video, and it's just a small sample of some of the test gear I've got and how it's utilised. And if you want to build one of these, it's just a matter of just electrical taped it all together. The trim pot's on a bit of aero board. This is an RCA lead with a BNC adapter on the end, bit of wire with some fuses, and then just wrap the whole lot up in insulation tape. The oven is also wrapped in neoprene rubber, just to help insulate it so it doesn't use as much electricity. Draws about 0.2 of an amp when it's warm, and about 1.5 amps when you first turn it on when it's cold. So there you have it, transfer standard for 10 megahertz, ghetto style.